Hey guys, what's up? This is Nod Lammers of Invoked 101, and today I'm bringing you another deck profile. Today, this is the Madolche deck, and hopefully when I'm uploading this, the video or a couple videos before this one, is the mail opening where I actually got this deck from Alpha Penguin Soldier. So again, I would just like to quickly thank Alpha Penguin Soldier for sending me this deck, or at least the main gist of the deck, because holy crap, I would never been able to build this deck without it. Again, this is a deck from Meow Meow. You guys know her as the Vandred player of the channel. So yeah, I'm very excited to introduce this deck to her and to show her what I kind of have put together before I pass this along her way. So of course, as we always start on this channel, we're going to start off with the monsters. I'm trying to change it up. I put a different mat down for the time being. But yeah, let's zoom in a little bit and we'll start with the monsters. So the three, I'm pretty sure this one's the most important one in playing. She's really important and one of the best ones to open. She's your main starter. 3, Angeli. Basically what she does is she tributes herself and summons another Madolche out of the deck. She is a hard once per turn, but still a really good card in the deck. One of the other cards that's pretty important, especially if you have one of the other cards in this deck that I'll point it out, is Madolche. Sadly, one of them is bent, but it's whatever. It plays the same, and you can't see it through the sleeve. What she does is she searches any Madolche monster. She actually might search any Madolche card. Madolche monster. So yeah. So another really good one. The next one we run at 3 is Hootcake. What Hootcake can do is he can banish a Madolche from the graveyard and then special summon another one out of the deck. So that's pretty good. It empties your graveyard for keeping the Madolches with their theme of not having them in the graveyard, and also and also summons another card. And the card that you're always going to summon with it, because he's the only one that really works with this effect, is Messenlato. And Messenlato, whenever he's summoned, is it summoned or special summoned? When this card is special summoned, add a Madolche spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, and then but you have to have a level 3. You have to have an Earth Beast level 3 Madolche monster on the field. Now another way you can get his effect off is by summoning off Catwaffle. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that name. But basically what Catwaffle does is whenever Catwaffle is normal summoned, you get to special summon a Madolche out of the hand. And what sucks is that it only works when she's normal summoned. And for our last card, it is a one of, and I am going to switch this out. I run one copy of Butler Rusk, but I'm going to trade this out for Chevalier. Because Chevalier is just better, and this card is kind of garbo. But yeah, so this should be Chevalier, this shouldn't be the him. But yeah, that's it for the monsters. Again, very low monster count. I think it's only 16 monsters. So most of it is spells and traps for the most part. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that's the way the game is just going. So let's jump into the spells and traps. I'm going to grab those and get the first 3 off the top. We are running 3 Madolche Chateau. What this does is whenever it's activated, shuffles all Madolche monsters in your graveyard back into the deck. And then it also gives Madolche's 500 attack points. Some people play it at 2. I prefer it at 3. And the card I'm also playing at 3, of course, 3 Terraforming. You can search this with Butler Rusk, but you can also search it with the Messenlato. But you're never searching this with Messenlato. You're always searching. There are 2 of Madolche Ticket. And what Ticket does is whenever a Madolche card would be added to the deck, you can add it to your hand instead. And then if you control a fairy, like, you know, Angeli, you can special summon that card. So that's really cool too. I wish it counted as a normal summon. But to actually boost our normal summons, we run 3 copies of double summon. So when I mentioned Madolche, one of the cool things you can do with double summon is you can summon Madolche, search Angeli, activate double summon, and then summon Angeli, and then go off and do some mad plays with that. One of the other cards you run, because this is an all-earth deck, we run Triple Scapegoat, just because it has decent synergy with the deck. I actually find that the Scapegoat is really good in this deck to get into the Miss Radiant, and also Miss Radiant plus Madolche Chateau equals 1,000 plus attack points for all your Madolche monsters, which is really cool. I'm also running 2 Instant Fusion. This is to pop out a card from our extra deck. I know a lot of people have cut this out of most of their decks, but there's a really fun play that you can do with this deck that does some mean combos. And then for our one-ofs, 1 Soul Charge and 1 Dark Hole. I was talking to the guy who sent me this Alpha Penguin Soldier, and he mentioned that since everything is like ran at more than one, that Pot of Desires might not be a bad option for the deck. And I might tinker with it. It's not a bad idea, especially if you don't open the Angeli. My big fear is that you'd banish all 3 Angelis. Alright, moving into the traps. There's only 6 traps, and they're not really the ones I want to play, but one Madolche Palooza. This could be a 2 of, but it's whatever. One Madolche Lesson because I owned it and I wanted to see how it played. One Madolche Waltz, again, I owned it. One copy of Mirror Force because why not? One Grand Horn, this should be a Solemn, and one Deep Dark Trap Hole. I just like this card. That's it. That's all the spell and trap lineup. Really, like, you could be running like 2 Mirror Forces that are Stormings, Solemn Strike, and Solemn Warning, and then the Palooza. Like, you don't have to really run any of these, and I'm just going to throw the Palooza on top, just so that way the deck looks nice. Alright, moving into the extra deck. This actually has a pretty solid kind of extra deck. We're going to go with the, and this is just preference. I like 3 Tiara Misu. The one ulti with the 2 golds. But yeah, I like the 3. I like playing her at 3. Just because you need she's the main goal now. So yeah. Then I run 1 Chocolate Pudding Cess a la mode just for the extra. Just in case. Like turn 1, maybe there's nothing to spin. She does kind of suck, but I mean 30. If you have Mrs. Radiant and the Chateau on board, this is a 3500 beat stick. It's not doing much. They're not getting over it. And for our rank 3, I run Break Sword. This could be Leviair. Actually, there's only 10 cards in this extra deck, so you could run Leviair alongside this and Alucard. I just need to get them. But that's it for the Xyz monsters. Very short, very, very sweet, pun intended. For our Link monsters, I only run 3. I run 2 Miss Radiant because this is the Earth deck, and Sistart is bad, and 1 copy of Proxy Dragon. Just because Proxy Dragon is Proxy Dragon, and you can actually go Miss Radiant into Proxy Dragon and then do more plays using just Scapegoat before you normal summon. So that's cool. But that's it for the Link monsters. And then I run 1 Synchro and 1 Fusion. I run the Fusion is this is your target for what's it called? Instant Fusion. This is your target. Sea Monster Theseus. I really like Theseus. He's one of my favorite cards in the game. I don't know why. I just think that he's funny. I think that it's hilarious that this is supposed to be the best card of 2017. So, for some reason, he's just one of my favorite cards. And then I also run 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. You synchro this with one of the level 3s to go into Scarlet. You could also put Omega, and Omega can put Angeli back in the graveyard, and then you can, you know, use Tiara Marisu to spin the Angeli back into the deck. It's just, there's a whole bunch of plays. This is just the one I had on hand because my Omega is stuck in the Vandred deck, and I don't always have access to it. But yeah, that could be Omega. But yeah, that's it for the Madolche deck. Some other cards I tinkered with was I put Topologic Bomber Dragon and Gaia into the X deck for a little bit, but I took them out. But yeah, this is really all I had for the deck. I think the deck is super fun. I've been just messing around with it, doing like turn 1 test hands, and that's like super fun. I think the deck is really goofy. I think the deck is super cute, and this is one of the few decks that like you'll look at it and be like, man, that deck has a lot of following to it. And I don't know what it is. I think people just genuinely enjoy this deck, and I kind of enjoyed playing it online when I first started building it, and I'm super glad to have the deck in person. So again, thank you, Alpha Penguin Soldier, for sending this to me. Hope you enjoy the cards I sent you because I completely forgot what they were. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed.